EIN numbers, LLCs, insurance for your business. These are all scary things, all the permits. You start wondering, am I doing this right? Am I messing up? Is the government coming after me? If you're opening a thrift shop, I was scared too when I had to do all these little technicalities, but I'm here to tell you it's doable. I had no business background and I did it and it went fine. So you just need to make sure you're checking with your municipality or town specifically. You need to check with your state as well and follow federal regulations. So if you're double checking with those people before you open, you should be fine. That's what I did. I was never afraid to ask too many questions. I'm all about questions. But I'm going to give you a little bit of what I needed to open, and I was in northern New Jersey. Again, this is my experience. These will be my numbers of how much things costed for me or how I did things, but it will be different for everyone. Just keep that in mind. And let's get into it. Here's what I did. So for insurance, I used the company Hiscox. They are specialized in small business insurance. So I really liked them. They had really good customer service. Your lease, again, have an attorney go over your lease that your landlord gives you before you sign it. But your lease will have in there how much the insurance should cover in the location you're at, depending on the kind of business you have, things like that. So you want to read that part very specifically to your insurance company and make sure that you're getting the proper coverage, because your landlord will want to see the coverage before you're allowed to open in that location, and make sure you have the proper coverage. So for me, insurance costed $38 a month for one shop. And then when I opened my second shop, it was about $65 a month for both shops total. So I used Hiscox, again, Hiscox insurance company, and I really liked them. So I do recommend them. I also had an EIN number. So filing for an EIN number is completely free through the federal government. You get an EIN number for your business, and that allows you to buy wholesale. So that gives you an opportunity to be able to shop from businesses that only sell to other businesses, and you're able to resell the items. So that was super helpful. You want to get an EIN number, and it's a requirement. Lift My Mood LLC was my legal term for my business. So I filed for a business certificate through the state of New Jersey. And that costs, now I looked it up, it's about $100 for the initial filing. And then they want you to file each year to show that your business is still operating. So it's a $75 a year operating fee, I guess, to refile each year. And then $3.50 for like your processing fee. So really it's like $100, $103.50 to get your certificate in New Jersey to operate your business. So I had an LLC. It's important if you're going to have a business like this, or a brick and mortar business in general, to have an LLC, because it protects you and you're not operating under your name, you're operating under the business. So any of your assets like your house and things like that are not at risk. Again, talk to an attorney about this. This is not legal advice. This is not financial advice. It's just something that I learned along the way, and it made me feel a lot safer. It's just things I learned from my attorney and my legal counsel. So the other thing you're going to need is, some municipalities require a permit from the town to be able to operate a business. So like a business permit. It's different, again, everywhere, so I can't really speak on that, but just call your town clerk's office and ask them what kind of permits you'll need. You can ask about a business operating permit that you're going to operate a brick and mortar business, a zoning permit if the location you're about to choose is zoned for a thrift and consignment shop or retail in general, and if not, who do you have to talk to? Usually the zoning department to get that zoning. And also a fire marshal has to certify that it is safe to use and occupy as a business. So they'll make sure you get your fire alarms in, that you have a fire extinguisher. Those were things that were at cost to me. But the fire alarms were at cost from my landlord in most cases, and the fire extinguisher was at cost to me. So I had to go and take the fire extinguisher somewhere to get it. You have to pay for it to get it certified every year or whenever it's due. And they do the little tick that says it's been inspected, and then you're good to go with the fire marshals. So just ask your town what they require in regards to permits before you're allowed to open. then those things are not a lot. Like the fire permit, I think was like $50. The zoning permit, maybe like $45 in my town, something like that. One of them was already zoned previously for consignment shop or thrift because there was one in the area, so I had to do nothing. And the other one I did have to show them my plans, show them what each room was going to be used for, how big it was, what exactly I was going to do in that location. And I sat with the zoning advisor and he gave me a zoning permit at the end of the meeting, so it really wasn't that bad. So it's good to have the plans and the layout of the space, though. I just had to draw it out, but it's really good to have them if you do have them. So I know a lot of this sounds intimidating, and really the cost is not that bad for all this stuff. It's more so just keeping up with it, asking your town, asking the state you live in, and checking federal regulations for opening a brick and mortar business location. It sounds more intimidating than it is, but you can do it. I promise you can do it. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And always get your lease checked by an attorney before you sign it. Okay, love you. Bye.